Hello everyone. Yesterday I watched Xeno Gaming's recent Sandstorm solo. See the link in the description and the card in the upper corner. And I saw him use the tree at LZ to leap on top of Building 37 directly from LZ. This ended up being the last piece of a puzzle that I started working on a year ago, or maybe a little bit more, when I first started using the rocks at the back of the zone to slingshot me to different areas of the map. And I'd never been able to get kicked all the way back to LZ, but when I saw him do that, those rusty cogs in my brain started grinding back to life, and I went to work. After testing the theory with a kineticist, I realized that the Havok Trooper's extended hover duration would make the whole trick significantly easier. And that's just the extended hover duration that the Havok Trooper naturally has. You don't have to take the skill that extends it even more on top of that. And at the time, my Havok Trooper was level 1, so I started leveling her back up so I could hopefully show off the exploit as the culmination of a solo. And this also gave me time to get more familiar with the Havok Trooper in a solo setting, because I'd really skipped over her for the most part when I was getting into all my solos, because D-Cups had already perfected that. See the link in the description and the card in the upper corner. And happily, the random number god handed me 3 viable objectives well before I even reached level 20, so here we are. Now, you're probably thinking that's not the best way to start out, but it's all part of my master plan, you'll see.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Shields are compromised. One target still up.
All enemies clear. Keep it up.
Nice work.
Find artifacts and return to the drop point. Marking first location on your HUD.
Destroyer! Shields down! Lost!
Artifact recovered. Artifact is secure.
Shields are compromised. Grabbing cover.
Hang in there, Apex. Got the drop. Last drop
Out of
received.
sky.
All artifacts secured.
Grabbing cover. Out of the sky. Lost shield.
Three more to go.
Shields down.
Reload. We're tracking reinforcements.
Nice work.
Gonna be honest, was not really happy with my time at this point, but she's underleveled, so I'm gonna blame it on that instead of pilot error.
Enemies incoming.
Time to move. Destroyer inbound. Shields are compromised.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Oh, violent fishy.
Grabbing cover.
My plan for this wave was to try to avoid killing the destroyers. It's not that they're hard to kill, they're easy to kill, but they're also easy to keep pathing back and forth from the primary defensive spot to the room below. And if I kill them, there's a chance that it will respawn near LZ and come from behind through room 10, which is going to throw off the whole groove I've got going here.
Shields down.
Well, that plan lasted, what, a good 5 seconds, maybe even 6, and now the roulette wheel of respawning is going. And as those bullets came whizzing over my head right there from LZ, I started kicking myself. Discipline, linguist. Discipline. Keep the bloodlust in check, lest you be consumed.
Too hot to handle. Shields are compromised.
And just a heads up, this is a strategic repositioning, not a retreat. Very important. Just in case there was any misconception there.
Destroyer. Out of the sky. Shields down.
Alright, fine. If they won't come to me, I'll go to them. But as I did, the voice of the Turian's secret Caribbean god, yes, Palaven has a Caribbean, it's a great place, you should go there. The voice came floating back to me, and I realized I'd forgotten the lessons I'd learned so long ago.
On round 3, sharpshooters always stand behind you. You have to jump down and kill them. Otherwise they will kill you.
There was wisdom there, and I have shamed the good school of cups with my forgetfulness.
Lost shield.
Three left.
So I don't know what the rest of you think, but I'm thinking this is far too many sharpshooters in a row, and I'm really not looking forward to chasing these jackrabbits down.
Single enemy left.
Odds are pretty slim, but I like to think that this was the jackass that killed me. So, vengeance.
Enemies cleared. Stay alert.
Damn straight.
Well, if my time didn't suck before, it sure does now. A 6-minute wave 3. So it goes without saying that this isn't a speed run.
The enemy's tapping into civilian comm traffic. We need to take out their uplink devices.
Can do. Hydra.
Enemy tech shut down.
Get down.
Shit. Think invincible thoughts. Think invincible thoughts.
Destroyer.
Oh, there we go.
Enemy tech shut down.
Block line of sight. Shields are compromised.
Not gonna lie, I got really nervous right here. I hadn't meant to cut it that close.
Nearly through.
Block line of sight. Block line of sight.
Hearing the left hand of doom just firing away, I was pretty sure I was gonna get knocked off this thing, but
Devices are now
there we
offline.
go.
Block line of sight. Block line of sight. Full burn. Shields are compromised.
So that's what ammo packs do. Well, that is handy. Log that away in your brain, linguist. So many things are better when you don't forget key pieces of information.
Out of the sky! Out of the sky!
3 more to go.
Well, hello there.
One target still up. Lock line of sight.
That hurt them. Be ready.
Nice work.
Enemies incoming.
I'll race ya. Destroyer. Grabbing cover. Shield down. Lock line of sight. Lost shield. Grabbing cover. Shields are compromised.
Very pleased to see that I'm remembering my ammo packs. It's about frickin' time. I think we'll all agree with that.
Shields are compromised.
That was a conscious decision not to use an ammo pack there. I wanted to try and save them for wave 6.
Lost shield. Lost shield. Too hot to handle.
So much for saving ammo packs for wave 6. I had to use another one after all.
Full burn.
Uh-oh. Almost forgot to offer up an RPG to the gods. Whew. Target almost got in the way there. It's too close, people. Too close.
Enemies down. Keep your guard up.
Damn straight.
Intel shows key enemy personnel in that area. Don't let them leave.
And then as this objective popped, I wondered if the gods would give me back that RPG that I'd offered up to them, because I'm gonna need it.
Scratch one target. We've got a read on another priority target.
Hydra in play. Destroyer!
Target eliminated.
You'll get yours, Blaze Hydra. You'll get yours.
Get down! Shields are compromised. Shields are compromised.
Target down. Good work.
Go to the sky. Shields down. Destroyer inbound. Lost shield.
Right there, I realized I'd muscle memoried my last health pack into oblivion, which I would have preferred to keep for Wave 7 just in case things didn't go as planned.
Lost shield. Grabbing cover.
Ah, the power of the ammo pack.
Grabbing cover.
Alright, so here we are. All of this was to show off my Wave 7 LZ hack. And here's where I make my first mistake. With the destroyer so close to the back of the map, I should have gotten into position for Wave 7 and then killed the destroyer from the rocks. But I didn't realize this until it was too late. Instead, I weakened it and then I drew it closer to LZ so I could kill it from there and then get into position. The problem with this is going to become real apparent during Wave 7. Here we go. The trick here is to get from LZ to the rocks at the back of the map without touching any valid map area. Meaning edge grabbing and jumps the whole way. No running or walking or landing without immediately jumping again. Now this landing here foobarred the whole thing for me, I was pretty sure. And that was confirmed a few seconds later when I missed my landing and got punted back on top of the roof. See there how it didn't kick me back to LZ? That's because I messed up on the landing I'd mentioned. So at this point, I know I'm not going to get instant transmitted back to LZ for extraction. I'm going to land on top of room 37, near the LZ instead. Alright, I stuck the landing that time, but those observer spawns made me realize I'd screwed up on waiting until wave 7 to get into
Lock line
position.
of sight.
Like Madawatt's hidey hole, link in the description, card in the upper corner, you need to be in position before wave 7 begins. If you do that, everything that spawns isn't going to be able to get a beat on you. The only thing you're really going to have to deal with is oddies that are going to come run up and stare at you. They can't even reach you from on top of that rock there, so you don't have to worry about them. Everything else is just going to stay at its spawn location. So the goal is to leave the last wave 6 enemy alive, and skip your way to the rocks from LZ, then drop the last wave 6 enemy, and not move for 2.5 minutes. At the buzzer, you dash into the chasm that's just to the left of this position, and you reappear at LZ to thunderous applause. Or alternatively, you show yourself to be a poor hopscotch player, and mess up getting here after having waited for wave 7 to start and have to deal with all this crap. I think we can all see which is the better option.
Out of the sky. Shields are compromised.
Well, I guess if nothing else, I'm gonna get more points out of this.
Grabbing cover. Grabbing cover. Grabbing cover. Destroyer.
As you can see, and for the obvious reasons also, it's much better if you land on LZ, because you don't have to worry about what way you're facing. You're already where you need to be in the time zone. If you land on the roof, you have to get your orientation down before you make your dash so you don't end up going the wrong way. But there you have it. My first Havok Trooper solo and a poorly displayed life hack. But since I screwed up the reveal, I'm adding footage to the end of this that's me testing this out so you can see how it actually works. As I mentioned, I did my initial test with the kineticist. I'd already done this a year ago, back when I'd first started experimenting with this exploit, but as I mentioned, I'd never been kicked all the way across back to LZ, and Xeno Gaming gave me the last piece of that puzzle. With the kineticist, I hit the mark maybe 50% of the time, and then I thought, well, the Havok Trooper can float farther and therefore bypass most of the jumps. And it worked perfectly. 5 for 5 on test runs, no problem. Record for posterity, and that's when the shit hits the fan. It's also worth noting that in one of the failed solo attempts that I did before I got this one, I had an upload in room 8, which is that room with the 2 doors that's in the middle of the map on the 2nd floor. At about 50% completion, I got swarmed, and I leapt from room 8 to the roof of room 37, jumping immediately and hovering all the way over to the rocks. I waited for everything to come running over, then I jumped into the chasm and I reappeared right in room 8, right on top of the upload. I thought I'd grabbed a recording of it, and I was kind of disappointed to find out I hadn't. For those who haven't seen me do this kind of thing before, it's very repeatable. See Wave 6 of my Almost Juggernaut solo linked in the description. The Havok Trooper just gave me a way to do it from halfway across the map, and I suspect that with practice, she could conceivably reach the rocks from most hacker upload locations on Sandstorm, offering a quick way to clear the area out before popping back into position. Alternatively, if hopscotch isn't your thing and you don't want to jump across buildings, you can try just walking off into the desert. This is something I found a long time ago, back when I first explored the out-of-bounds areas of Zero and the tutorial, and I made my first video on Zero's glass room. If you clip onto a ledge as the game tries to kick you back to the map, you break the game's tether, and you get an 8 to 10 second window where you can explore out-of-bounds areas. At the end of that, the game, I guess, detects a glitch in the matrix, and it slingshots you all the way back to LZ, regardless of where you are or where you've been. And this works on any map. Now, this is repeatable, but the main problem with it's going to be timing, and it's going to be different wherever you're trying it, because depending on how far away you are from the object you're going to clip onto. So it's not really reliable because of that reason. In the time that it takes for you to actually pull this off, you can run to LZ from pretty much anywhere on any map. So you're not really gaining much here. In this case, it's approximately an 8 count walking at full speed, not running, from the rocks, and then you climb up and you wait. Now, it's important to note that if you're doing this, you're probably going to be taking fire while you walk off into the desert. But once you climb up over this, you could conceivably take cover behind it while you wait for the slingshot to kick in. And there you have it. Life in Andromeda, hacked just a little bit more. Thanks for watching.